Stress is now considered a disease of the 20th and 21st century.
do século 20 e 21.
And stress is characterized by a lack of harmony within the person, due to an excess of concerns, an excess of imbalance in a number of aspects of life known as the human-machine centers, such as the intellectual center, the motor center, and the emotional center. Today people have many things to do at the same time, and this puts a lot of stress on the body and the mind, on the emotions of the people. It would be interesting that in order for people to avoid this disease known as stress, we should dedicate part of our day to meditate for a while, calming our mind, and thus achieving inner harmony, so that this disease does not establish itself in our life. It is important that at least for about 20 minutes a day we sit somewhere, preferably in nature, surrounded by plants and with fresh air, outdoors, and dedicate ourselves to be alone in silence and with a blank mind for a few moments. That way, we can give rest to the mind, the body, and thus restore the harmony we need every day to achieve what is called happiness. Happiness is not a state of euphoria or exaggerated joy, as many may think. We have been taught that happiness is a state of consciousness that we need to achieve. And that state of consciousness consists precisely in the person being at peace with himself, integrated with himself, feeling his own body, feeling his heart, having peace of mind. And for that, we need to dedicate some time today, a few minutes for meditation. People who live in the countryside usually live longer, used to live longer. If we see these people, they ate high-fat foods, or some were heavy smokers, others drank alcohol, and yet we saw how these people reached 80, 90 years old living in the countryside. Why is this? It is because these people in the countryside do not receive many impressions at the same time. These people, for example, their concern was the field, working the land, going home, having lunch, resting, going back to the land, working again. Today we wake up and we are already thinking about all the problems that we have at work. We are thinking about a series of situations that we have to solve during the day. We walk around with almost 2 or 3 cell phones in our pocket, checking the email on the cell phone. So practically today, people drive around talking on the cell phone, looking at the email, and as a result, there are many impressions that occupy our minds, and at the same time, it generates wear and tear. It causes stress. It would be interesting if we could do one thing at a time in order to avoid the mental burnout that generates stress. So if we see, for example, at lunch, we should have lunch and not answer the phone while we're eating, or solve problems at the table while we are dining. If we're going to walk, for example, we should walk and take a mental break while we walk, not walk thinking about our problems. We should organize our day to do one thing at a time. We know that it is difficult due to the excess of activities that exist today, but if we do not dedicate ourselves to do one thing at a time, that wear and tear is produced in the mind, and who suffers is the physical body. So healthy mind, healthy body. If we manage to educate the mind, we can also transmit that harmony to the physical body, different mental vibrations, and thus we could keep the physical body healthy. An old saying says, a healthy mind in a healthy body.